Hello all. Whether you're new here or returning, welcome back to Dragon in Winterfell. This channel is where I talk about the books that get under my skin in the best and worst ways. I read across fantasy, historical fiction, the occasional sci-fi or literary novel, and I have a soft spot for retellings, political drama, and morally complicated characters. And yes, if you're a fan of A Song of Ice and Fire, it's coming back. I'll be posting quick individual reviews of my latest reads and reading wrap-ups and A Song of Ice and Fire analysis videos again. So if that sounds like your kind of chaos, go ahead and hit subscribe. So let's get into the mid-year review. Here's a snapshot. We're halfway through 2025, and as of the end of June, I've already read 47 books. That's 94% of my 50-book goal. So yeah, I'll be raising that soon. A few quick stats. I've read 47 books total, over 15,000 pages, an average of 3 days to finish each book. My dominant moods are adventurous, emotional, dark, and mysterious. Formats: a mix of physical, digital, audio, and arcs. My top reads of the year so far. So let's start with the ones that completely delivered. Number 1, Heavenly Tyrant by Ziran J. Zhao. This was a powerhouse of a sequel. Setien is messy, brilliant, and commanding, and I loved how Zhao expanded the scope without losing character depth. Number 2, Daughter of Chaos by A.S. Webb. This was a Greek mythology retelling through the eyes of a mortal woman. This was emotionally raw, thematically sharp, and it was easily my favorite Greek mythology retelling ever. And believe me, I've read a lot of them. Number 3, Masquerade by O.O. Sengwami. This is set in pre-colonial West Africa. This is a tense and gorgeously written story of power, loyalty, and identity. The protagonist is unforgettably complex. Whether she's in love or fighting for power, she is amazing. Number 4, The Monsters We Defy by Leslie Penelope. This is a magical heist meets social commentary in the 1920s. I loved the crew, the magic system, and the protagonist Clara's fierce energy. Number 5, A Love Song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams. This was a soft, whimsical romance full of warmth and Harlem history. I didn't expect to love this so much. Number 6, Six Wild Crowns by Holly Race. Imagine the Tudors with dragons, polygamy, magic, and complex female relationships. It felt like it was written just for me. Here are some standout nonfiction reads. I didn't read a ton of nonfiction this year, but the ones that I did really left a mark. Hood Feminism by Mickey Kendall. This cuts straight to the heart of what mainstream feminism leaves out. Every chapter hits. The Rainbow Ain't Never Been Enough by Kayla Diaz-Story. This explores solidarity, queerness, and Black identity with honesty and nuance. The Five by Haley Rubenhold. This book gives voice and dignity to the women who were murdered by Jack the Ripper. This is easily one of the most affecting reads of the year. Most surprising reads. These books caught me off guard in a really good way. A Love Song for Ricky Wilde. I picked this up to meet a Goodreads challenge and fell in love with the world and the characters. The Last Smile in Sunder City by Luke Arnold. This was another challenge read. I actually read it for a readathon and was recommended this one. It was amazing. It started as a gritty urban high fantasy, but ended up way more emotional than I expected. Books I'm still thinking about. Not all of these were 5 stars, but they left an impression. The Beauty of the End by Lauren Steinstra. It was quiet, strange, and thought-provoking. The Cardinal by Alison Weir. I didn't love the characters, but the exploration of Thomas Wolsey, a rarely explored historical figure, really stayed with me. Weir did a great job picking up the nuance and making this man who's not usually viewed as intriguing very interesting to follow. The Five. Again, I'm still thinking about it months later. The Biggest Disappointments. These weren't terrible, but I expected a lot more from them. Stoneblind by Natalie Haynes. It was repetitive, slow, and strangely enough, it was lacking in Medusa. The Sirens by Amelia Hart. The structure was great, the story not so much. Fatality at the Festival. This was too much exposition, not enough plot. Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher. I wanted to love this so badly. I've heard so many great things about it by a lot of people I trust. But the tone didn't land for me and the characters just didn't connect. Books I DNF'd. Here are the books I started but couldn't finish. Most of these I gave about 20% before calling it quits. The Mercy Makers by Tessa Gratton. The premise was strong, but the storytelling felt procedural. The Women of Troy by Pat Barker. This was too slow and not really about the women of Troy at all. The Ephemera Collector by Stacy Nathaniel Jackson. I lost interest quickly, even though I liked the initial vibe. Alchemy and a Cup of Tea by Rebecca Thorne. The idea was cute, but it just didn't work for me. Very silly and not enough stakes. Iron and Embers by Ellen Schurer. This was a paint-by-numbers romantasy that had so little to it that I couldn't push through. Unfortunately, I think that's a trend. People are just trying to go off of a checklist rather than writing an authentic story. At least that's what I feel is the trend these days. So, my goal update for the year. Since I've already met the goal of 47 books, I'm officially raising my annual goal to 75 books this year. Here's what I've picked up in July, so expect to hear about those in my next wrap up. A Magic Deep and Drowning by Hester Fox. A Song of Legends Lost by M.H. Allende. The Golden Age of Magic by Luan Smith. And up next, I will be reading Brandon Sanderson's latest secret project. I've received it, but I haven't had a chance to start it yet. I'll likely post quick reviews and shorts of some of these, and they'll definitely show up in my end of year breakdown. Thanks for joining me for this mid-year reading wrap-up. Let me know what your favorite book of the year has been so far, if there's anything you think I should pick up, and if there's something on your TBR that you're nervous to try. And if you like book reviews, A Song of Ice and Fire deep dives, or fantasy historical fiction, subscribe and stay tuned. See you in the next one.